I'm Xueyang Liu, and I'm the current student at UW. My major is telecommunications engineering. I think engineering is a comprehensive major. It needs someone with logical mind. The reason I chose it is because I have a strong critical thinking. Before I make decisions, I will analyze it clearly. So I think I'm suitable for the communications position in your company. I am in the first year of my master's degree at UW, and this is my second session. I have some essential skills for this job. Last session, I had a subject called ENGG980. In this subject, students should use writing skills to finish assignments, and I was trained to do academic writing, even though I have never been trained about it. To pass this subject, I always asked for tutors and lecturers for their help, and I always practice it many times. Luckily, I finished all the assignments and made many presentations in the whole session. And at last, the grade also made me satisfied. So I'm confident to apply this job with my writing and interpersonal skills. And for the diverse team, this session I have ENGG980. Like last session, this time students are still divided randomly, and I was divided to a group of 6. Apart from me, there are 4 from India and 1 from Sri Lanka, and our majors are totally different. They have the similar culture and the same English level because English is their official language. So at first I felt a little bit isolated. It seemed like the 5-hour team, but for me I was another team. In this subject, most assignments are group work, so we need to finish them together. If I didn't join them, it is impossible for me to pass this subject. We were allowed to have a meeting once a time, but on the first meeting, the challenge appeared. Like most Chinese students, I am an introverted guy. I like to listen to others' opinions silently instead of expressing my own opinion. So one of my friends said that I just like a ghost. But to be honest, when listening to other people's opinion, I always keep thinking. But the lack of bravery made me difficult to make comments on other opinions and express my opinion. And I think the diversity between different cultures makes different personalities. My teammates are all outgoing, They questioned me and even thought I was not willing to join this team. It really made me very sad. So when I went back home, I made a self-reflection. I must make some changes. Since then, I would prepare for the material we will use on our meetings in advance and try to practice it before the mirror to ease my nervousness. And since then, I can talk my thought on my own initiative. I'm very proud of that. And at last, we formed a real team and finished all the tasks very well. So for the technical competence, I had a very short internship in China when I was a freshman of uni. The company I interned produces microwave components and assembles them. And this year, I just learned a subject about microwave, so I applied for this company. As a newcomer, I was allocated to monitor workers to assemble components. This job was a little bit boring. I acted just like a robot until something went wrong. Workers' job was to follow the curve shown on the monitor and assemble components. The curve was decided by the input of electricity. However, this value was wrong suddenly, and the components cannot be in use. These workers are non-professional, so the only need to assemble these components. They don't have to know the principles, the knowledge behind the machine and the components. But I have learned the subject about microwave, so I decided to change the input value and observe the curve. I rotated the knob on the machine and it returned to be normal slowly. I guess some workers might touch the knob without notice. Anyway, it has been solved. As a result, I got an extra income. So at last, I do have a question for you. This company aims to sustain the growth of business and reduce the greenhouse gases around the world. However, the situation in different countries are very complex. The environment in Australia is very good, but in some developing countries like my hometown China and my friend's home India, the environment needs more effort to protect. So, is it possible to develop more overseas positions because of the bigger market? In this case, is it possible for me to work for your company in China rather than in Australia? Yeah, that's it. Thank you.